Former Aviation Minister Hadi Sirika pleads not guilty to alleged 2.7 billion naira fraud, gets 100 million naira bail. Nigeria's Senate approves death sentence as penalty for drug traffickers in the country. Governor Fubara storms Rivers State House of Assembly quarters amid impeachment threat. Defends visit by promising renovation. Well, outside Nigeria, tonight diplomatic tensions brew as Beninois President Patrice Talon says Niger will not use its port to export its oil. Human Rights Watch says possible genocide committed in Sudan. Well, tonight on Politics HQ, rumble in the jungle, or rumble in the jungle yet again. Now this time, Governor Siminalayi Fubara of Rivers State is said to have invaded or paid a visit, whichever side you believe, to the pro-Wike Rivers State House of Assembly. Now this after a new speaker was elected for the pro-Fubara Rivers State House of Assembly. You see that? For now, Rivers State is the only state in Nigeria that I'm aware has 2 speakers and has 2 houses of assembly. You can't beat that. Now stay with us for an explosive conversation on these developments. My name is Kofi Bartels. You're welcome. The Rivers State political crisis may yet end up winning an award for the best movie script, as it has been filled with different, unexpected, and suspense-filled twists and turns. Well, the crisis took a new twist yesterday. This time, the members of the Rivers State House of Assembly, loyal to Governor Siminalayi Fubara, elected a new speaker in the person of member representing Bonny State constituency, Victor Oko-Jumbo. Well, Oko-Jumbo, if you recollect, was one of the 4 lawmakers loyal to Governor Fubara at the onset of the current political crisis in Rivers State between Fubara and the former governor of Rivers State and current minister of Nigeria's Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike. The speaker of the pro-Fubara lawmakers, Edison here at the time, remember that he resigned from his seat in the House of the Assembly after the president of Nigeria, Bola Tinubu, intervened in the crisis. And Edison here took up an appointment as the chief of staff to Governor Fubara. Well, since then, that was months ago, nothing has been heard of the remaining 3 lawmakers in the pro-Fubara River State House of Assembly. Well, that was until yesterday when they elected their speaker. 3 of them elected their speaker. Let's listen to what had transpired.
I want to thank you, distinguished honorable members, for electing me as the new speaker, pursuant to the resignation of Right Honorable Edison Ehie. All laws, plenary sections, and actions taken by the illegal House are hereby declared void and a nullity in the eyes of the law by virtue of the judgment of Lord Denning in the celebrated case of McFoy versus UAC 1961. Lord Denning held in that case that you cannot put something on nothing and expect it to stand. The executive arm, the judiciary, and the general public are hereby called upon to disregard every purported laws enacted by the illegal assembly, as they all amount to nothing and they are exercised in futility.
Well, the emergence of a new speaker followed an order by the Rivers State chapter of the All Progressives Congress, APC, that its members in the State House of Assembly commence impeachment proceedings against Governor Siminalayi Fubara following his recent statement to the effect that the pro-Wike lawmakers led by Martins Amehule do not exist. Well, today, Governor Siminalayi Fubara paid what can be best described as an unscheduled visit to the Rivers State House of Assembly quarters, which has served as the temporary base for the House of Assembly of the pro-Wike lawmakers. Now, this visit by Governor Fubara, the one you can see on your screen, sent a shockwave through the political corridors in Rivers State. Well, pro-Wike House of Assembly member of the Rivers State House of Assembly, Enemi Alabo George, reacted to this on his Facebook page. And this is what he had to say. Let me today dare Sim Fubara for the first time. You had the guts to break the gates of the River State House of Assembly quarters and force yourself into the quarters, threatening and harassing people, shooting and putting fear into people, into wives of assembly members and their children, just to assert yourself. You are such a small man. You burnt the hallowed chambers of the House of Assembly. We did not answer you. You attacked the residence of the Speaker of the River State House of Assembly, where 4 people were killed. This is enemy's allegations. We did not answer you. You know where I live and you know my apartment. Why didn't you come? I've respected our friendship for so long. I refuse to comment about you. I've respected your office as governor. I've always remembered that while I worked with Zenith Bank, you were my friend. I've always remembered that you and me did a master's degree together. I've always remembered how much I worked for you to be governor, how I mobilized professionals from all walks and corners of life to support you. I remember that the only time you have the opportunity to present your blueprint to Rivers people, it was me. I orchestrated that. Yes, you have done enough. Now let the heavens fall. I will never bow to Baal. You are such a small woman. The words of Enemiala George, member of the Rivers State House of Assembly, put out on his Facebook page. Well, recall that the last time the pro-WK lawmakers attempted to impeach Governor Sim Fubara, the entire structure of the Rivers State House of Assembly was brought down. Remember, the last time the governor visited the House of Assembly, that structure did not stand the test of time. Well, should Governor Fubara's visit today, unscheduled as it may be, to the Rivers House of Assembly staff quarters, should it serve as a warning shot to the lawmakers, the pro-WK lawmakers, that is, following their party's directive to them to resume impeachment proceedings against him? What happened before can happen again. Tonight, joining us for our conversation, Chief Precious Eleki Maz, former governorship candidate of the Social Democratic Party in River State, also head of the River State Elders Forum, Honorable Lolo Isaiah Puende, a member of the River State House of Assembly, Kudus Alalafia Esquire, is a legal practitioner. Both join us via video link. Gentlemen, good evening, and thank you very much for your time tonight.
Thank you very much.
Right. Okay, let me start with you, Honorable Lolo. Can you give us a brief account, of what happened today? I don't know if you were around. I assume that you live in the quarters, but we know that quarters hosts the pro-WK River State House of Assembly. So, were you there? What happened?
Good evening, Mr. Kofi Battles. What happened was that at about 1:35, we were on a visit to one of our stakeholders in Akuputoro, precisely the PDP secretary, on a condolence visit to him on the sudden demise of his 17-year-old son. We paid him the condolence visit and was discussing with him when I got a phone call from my younger sister who resides with me at the quarters. I saw her call while we were praying to leave. I ignored the call because as at then we reverence God. And later, immediately we step out of the house, I received a call from one of my aides informing me that there is an attack at our quarters. Immediately, I informed other members that were with me, other stakeholders from Akuputoro that were with me. I was in company of Honorable Roland Sekibo, the local government chairman of Akuputoro, and Honorable Major Jack, with other stakeholders who were with me, who made a visit to Honorable Dr. Benibo George, the President Secretary of the Caretaker Committee, the State Caretaker Committee of the People's Democratic Party. Immediately, we headed towards the Assembly quarters. On reaching there, we were informed by the security there that they closed down gate for more than 6 months. We've closed down that gate, that we don't allow people pass through that gate. Was broken down by men of His Excellency, people who accompanied His Excellency down there. I don't know whether they were security men or men of uniform or boys he came with. They fly through the fence and broke the padlock that was locking the gates. Then when they broke the padlock, from the the main entrance, they find out that there was a car parked in front of the main entrance. They now accessed the other pedestrian gate, broke it down, and accessed the quarters. And as you can see, it is shown on the screen, the governor came there unannounced. He invaded the quarters unannounced and without proper information to the leadership of the Rivers State House of Assembly. He stormed there and quickly, within some minutes, stormed out. But later, we got an information that that visit was not an ordinary visit. Came there, scaling the quarters to know how the security architecture of that place is. Then again, to give his own faulty report concerning the quarters and the building, how it is. If, from what we are hearing, he is yet to mobilize people he has paid, contractors he has paid to come and demolish the quarters. That is the present information we've gotten. Security reports we've gotten is that this night, Governor Siminalayi Fubara is storming the Rivers State House of Assembly quarters to demolish the newly built assembly quarters to ensure that all the members are rendered homeless so that they will find their way back home without, getting to come together to, do their legislative duties.
Okay. Are you currently at home? Are you currently at your premises at the River State House of Assembly quarters? Is that where you are right now?
Yes, right now as I speak with you, those of them who have come to the River State House of Assembly quarters will know the curtain that is behind me. That is the curtain that has been used to furnish all the rooms of the River State House of Assembly members.
Okay, so do you feel safe? I mean, what happens if a demolition squad comes to carry? What will happen? Because you have your own security guards there.
Well, I have my personal security as ordered by the Justice Omotoso's judgment. I've been able to secure some security who are securing me and my family here. But because of the threat that was given to the inhabitants of these quarters, we've sent all our families out of this place. So we, the men and the members of this River State House of Assembly, can sit down and watch Siminalayi Fubara demolish the River State 10th Assembly's quarters.
Okay, I want to go to Chief Precious Lekiba. Chief, thank you very much for your time and your patience. What's your reaction? You're a River State elder. You're a former governorship candidate. You've been in the leadership of River State right from yesteryears till now. What is your reaction to today's, as Honorable Lolo has said, invasion? Some would say a visit that the governor paid to the assembly quarters.
Well, my reaction is to ask all Nigerians to clap for former Governor Wike. They must clap for him, applaud him, dance for him, that he met a state. He met a state that has managed itself. He met a state where former governors do not disturb their successors. He met a state, no matter the crisis, they have managed it. But he wants to expose himself. Otherwise, a man has finished his tenure. Such a draconian tenure. People prayed that his time comes and goes. And now what he has to do is to create trouble. And it is being addressed as if there are factions. People are shying away from saying, this man has abused himself. He has abused government. He has abused Rivers people. But you were given an opportunity, a privilege to govern the people. And this is what you have to pay them. This is what you have to pay them with. Paying them is instability. What does he want? Okay, every Nigerian to say that River State belongs to him. Okay, it belongs to him now. he should put it in his suitcase. There is nothing to say. He misled some young men. These young men resigned and they lost their seats. He must own up to his own mistake. He must own up and advise them, look, I made a mistake. I have been clever. I have had a lot of mischief that has worked positively for me. This time around, I lost it. He shouldn't disturb the state. He should not disturb the state because he was lucky. You know, with hindsight, one tried to see how these things come around. How did he? What happened? Sometimes when our former leaders are taking decisions, they should listen to other people. We saw this will come. In 2006 to 2007, when the transition was taking place, we knew that some mistakes were being made. And this is where it has taken us to. It has taken us to. And both those who made the mistakes and the state are suffering it. Nobody. The architect of this transition that had to come to the point that this man will be governor of this state, nobody's enjoying it. Our former governor, Dr. Dili, is not enjoying it. His family is not enjoying it. We are not enjoying it. Rivers people are not enjoying it. Nigerians are not enjoying it. Because at the time he was taking this decision, I can remember that some of us said, you want to go a wrong way. And he was angry. This is the result of it. He lost all, by now River State would have been power sufficient because what he did was to build power. And he was struggling with the federal government over distribution. Okay.
Okay.
So
thank you,
Chief Elekima. Yes. I'm not apportioning blame to him. He was not God to know what will happen. But this is where
Chief Elekima,
so
Chief Elekima,
I think that
Chief Elekima, you've still not answered my question. I'm asking you for today's event where His Excellency Governor Siminalayi Fubara went into the River State House of Assembly staff quarters. You've heard what Honorable Lolo Isaiah Puende has said. You've also heard what I read from Honorable Enemi Alabajo. These are current members of the Martin Ameule-led River State House of Assembly. What is your reaction to that one? Or are you saying that Wike is at fault for what Governor Fubara did today, or what, sir?
Well, Governor has right to go to any part of the state and perform his duty. But I don't want us to deceive ourselves, because Wike has gone to the market, cooked both the soup and the bar that is now being eaten. He knows all.
All right.
The governor, when he go from the photograph we saw on the screen, who is shooting? What you are the person showing the photograph. Did the governor look like somebody who went to make trouble? Who knows what inspection is going to do?
Okay, all right, Chief Elekima.
Is talking, my small brother that is talking, is he a member of the House of Assembly? The time he was going to resign from the PDP, going to APC, did he tell his people?
All right. Chief Elekima, thank you very much. We'll come to that. We'll come to that, Chief. We'll come to that. I want to ask Kudus Alalafe very quickly. Kudus, the governor has been described in some reports that I've read as taking a walk around the quarters, you know, to inspect the place. As the landlord of the property is what one report I saw online described him, the landlord of the property. You heard from the House of Assembly member, though our guest is disputing that fact, but they don't feel safe. They feel threatened. In your legal opinion, does His Excellency the Governor of River State have a right to go into that facility?
All right. Thank you very much for that question. Legally speaking, the governor is the chief executive officer of the state. He is the chief security and the executive officer of the state, like I said. So we cannot be, if not for the political crises, what have you involved in this, we should not be reading meaning to the movement of Mr. Governor. I admit that the governor going there at this critical stage when there is an impeachment threat may raise eyebrows, but strictly speaking, law, the governor has every right to go anywhere of his choice. Of course, he has his fundamental right. That is even number one, guaranteed by the Constitution. 2, he is the chief security officer of the state. 3, all lands in Rivers State by virtue of the Land Use Act, he is the trustee of everything. So he's the head leaseor, that, as we call them in law. He's the head leaseor. So ordinarily, if not for the political crisis, we should not be reading meaning to it. And in the absence of any concrete evidence, when I say concrete evidence, I mean videos showing either men in uniform or other people following the governor fomenting trouble. In the absence of such a real or documentary evidence, then of course it is within the right of the governor to go in there for anything best known to him. Thank you very much.
Okay, Kudos, before I go back to other guests, how about the existence of a court judgment delivered in January by my Lord the Honorable Justice James Omotosho, who ordered the Governor Siminalayi Fubara to represent the budget. But apart from that, the Honorable Justice James Omotosho, his lordship, restrained Governor Fubara from frustrating the House of Assembly under Amehule from sitting or interfering with the affairs of the House. And this quarter is where the House of Assembly has been sitting. Is the governor in violation of this court order?
All right, thank you very much. Number one, I am not in Rivers to know if the governor truly went there to interfere. But if going by what we see online, going by what we see in the media, if we are going to base it on that, the governor has not violated any court order. Of course, I saw the tweets of one of the members of the Rivers State House of Assembly that you read earlier. They are allegations. And until proven otherwise, until proven to be true, the governor is deemed to be innocent.
Okay. All right. All right. Honorable Lolo Opwende, what do you say? You're also a lawyer, by training. What do you say to what Kudus has said? Of course, you're also in possession of the court documents and aware of all the court cases, processes regarding this crisis. What do you say to what Kudus has said just now?
Yeah, to me, in my own opinion, the governor is in contempt for him to have interfered with our affairs. Number one, he has declared this humble assembly, declared us on Monday as non-existent, which is a flagrant disobedience of the extant laws and the court judgment that was given by Omotosho on the 23rd of January, 2024. And for him to have again interfered with our quarters. This is our living area where we sit to do our daily legislative activities. Before you come into our premises, even as a landlord, let's take for example, I am a landlord of a specific resident of some areas people are living. Assuming I have given out my residence for rent to whoever that is going to inhabit that place, before I enter that premises, I have to properly inform the inhabitants of that place. I don't go there unannounced. What if the person accused me of stealing? What if the person accused me of invading his residence? Even if I am the sole owner of that residence, because he is the governor and the custodian of our properties doesn't mean he has the right to interfere in our constitutional matters. We are given that quarters.
It could be said that you were not sitting at the time. You yourself said you went to on a condolence visit. So maybe because we weren't sitting at the time.
Yes, I wasn't there, but my families called me and told me that the governor came there.
But since you weren't sitting, my question is, Honorable, my question is, since you weren't sitting, could the governor be said to have interfered with the activities of the River State House of Assembly?
Yes, for him to have come to our quarters unannounced is interfering with our personal affairs. Okay. What if we're having parties there? Why did he even come through the back gate? He should have come through the Mopo 19 gate, where was made available for everyone who is gaining entrance to this River State House of Assembly quarters because of the threats from his supporters. That's the reason why we locked down that gate since last year. And I don't see any reason why a governor of a state will not have the right to walk into a quarters through the right gate by accessing it through the back door and even breaking that as a quarters to enter. The question is, why must he break and enter into our quarters?
Okay,
that is the question.
All right,
we are not bothered about him visiting us.
Okay, Chief Elekiba, what do you say to this?
You know, we're just scratching the surface. There are plethora of judgments. Which one do you want to look at? I'm sure that over 20 judges are sitting in these matters. Some are in appeal. So which one is being obeyed, which one is not being obeyed, nobody knows. But I'll tell you one thing. I think Wike should be patriotic enough. He should be patriotic enough to say, okay, what I thought I was doing, and maybe I failed.
Yeah, Chief Elekima, you're going back to Wike. I'm just talking about today's events and the fact that there is a subsisting court order from the court of Justice Omotosho that bars the governor from interfering with the activities and the sittings of the House of Assembly.
The judge, I've told you there are plethora of judgments. I don't know which one you want to hold. Okay, so now the governor had gone in. So what will he do? Will he go and arrest him? The man that owns the house. The man gave them to leave. What happens if the man says that the house is no more available for them to leave? Is there a must that they must have a house to leave? In Okilo's period, were there house for assembly members to leave? In other judges' period, was there a place for assembly members to leave?
Okay.
So if the man decides to say that there is no more house,
okay. So you're saying the governor can even eject them
from is.
All right, Chief, stay with us. We want to go for a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue the conversation, see whether he can eject them. Please stay with us. It's the Politics HQ. Welcome back. You're still watching Politics HQ right here on News Central Television. We're still trying to make sense of the latest developments in the soap opera or the drama that is River State politics. And of course, recent events or activities there, incidents there, the River State House of Assembly loyal, the pro-Fubara lawmakers electing a new speaker. And today, yesterday and today, the governor visiting, some will say invading, the River State Assembly quarters, which has been the host or the home for the River State House of Assembly sittings for the pro-Wike lawmakers. Our guest tonight, Chief Precious Elekima, former governorship candidate of the SDP in River State, also head of leader of the River State Elders Forum. We have Honorable Lolo Isaiah Opwende. He's a member of the River State House of Assembly, and Kudus Alalafia Esquire. He's a legal practitioner. Gentlemen, we're glad to have you. Kudus, you've listened to both gentlemen. Let's move on to another matter now. Let's talk about what will happen to the House of Assembly quarters. Are you worried, or let me put it this way, what is your take on the possibility of the structure at the River State House of Assembly either being cordoned off or being brought down? That's the Assembly quarters. And if that happens, if the governor says, hey, the roof is leaking and I need to, you guys need to go out, and he gives them an ejection notice, is he in his rights to do that? Kudus?
I'm going to take it from where the honorable member stopped. You see, I quite agree with the honorable member one part and disagree with him on the other part. Now, the first part that I agree with him is the fact that, yes, the governor being, assuming he's a landlord, yes, being the landlord, being the head leaseholder, must come with notice. Yes, I agree, should come with notice when coming into such structure. But however, but with respect to whether he has invaded their privacy or he has invaded or interfered, I think that has to be interpreted in the manner that do we see him entering into the room where their proceeding is ongoing, or do we see him entering into any of the rooms allocated to each of the members of the House of Assembly, particularly where their family lives? These are questions that need to be answered and considered before we can say perhaps he has invaded. Like I said, I'm not in Rivers, so but if we are able to see concrete evidence, then the law will take its course. That's on that one. On the question that you recently asked, number one is that the governor, you see, law, like I used to say, law is not anything that is officially done. So because you are the governor does not mean whatever you do is the law. No. But whatever must be officially done must be done in accordance with the law. So if you as a governor, you want to demolish, then we will be looking at perhaps the provision of the Land Use Act. Upon what ground are you demolishing it? Is it for public use in the best interest of the public? Is there any security threats? And some grounds that the law allows you to say, okay, I want to demolish. But in the absence of all these things, you can't just come in a day and say, as I'm looking at this structure, I want to demolish. And when it now comes to issue of eviction, as they are all statutory tenants. There are different types of tenants. We have tenants at will, we have tenants at sufferance, we have statutory tenants. These are statutory tenants. And in view of relevant authorities, you cannot evict them by your whims and caprices. No, it's not done. You must follow the due process of evicting under the relevant, if they have the recovery of premises law there, or under the tenancy law, or any applicable law in Rivers.
Okay, all right, interesting. I want to go back to Honorable Opwendale Isaiah Lolo. And what's your reaction to the election of a new Speaker of the River State House of Assembly, the President of Victor Oko-Jumbo, whom you're very familiar with?
First of all, make one thing clear. The River State House of Assembly complex was demolished based on whatever report you must have given on his own. It is on record. We discussed it on different medias, and nothing has been done as to rebuild it or whatsoever. And because the governor has found out that the members are sitting at the River State Assembly quarters, he has decided to orchestrate the process of demolishing the assembly quarters. And that is the essence of his visit to the River State House of Assembly quarters. That is what I will first of all add to what the lawyer in the studio has said. Now, as regards to Oko-Jumbo, let's go back to section 96, sub 1 of the 1999 Constitution as altered, which gives the assembly the quorum, the forming of a quorum. And River State House of Assembly is made up of 32 members. Fortunately, we lost one of our members, who is Honorable Lolo Dinabare of his blessed memory. Then, Edison Eye, who was purportedly the former self-acclaimed speaker, resigned. Then they are now having only 3 persons around there, when 27 members are in the 10th Assembly unsuspended and doing the legislative duties on a daily basis. So how did he form the quorum? Going by section 96 sub 1 of the 1999 Constitution. How did he even got a full quorum? Quorum. I repeat, quorum. Quorum is regarded as 1/3 of the total members. Assuming we are 30 members, 1/3 is 10 members. And without getting 1/3 of the assembly members, you cannot start the business of the assembly. And so you can, I can strongly and vehemently say you cannot put something on nothing and expect it to start, because whatever thing that has been purportedly done by the Siminalayi-led assembly members is to nullity, because 3 persons cannot vote and vote rightly and get a speaker. That's my take.
Okay, Honorable Lolo, that's your take, but while you've quoted a particular section, I'm sure some of your colleagues will refer you to section 109. You know what I'm talking about. And the new speaker, the new pro-wiki speaker, Oko-Jumbo, did point out that he referred to you and your colleagues as former members of the River State House of Assembly. He also said that the River State House of Assembly last sat in December, and also declared the bills that you had passed and enacted into law. He declared them as null and void. So I want you to talk about what you've said in light of section 109, which talks about defection from one party to the other and whether you get to keep or lose your seat.
Well, section 109 sub G. We have section 109 sub 1, paragraph G. And the provisor, there is a provisor which gives the assembly members a leverage to decamp from PDP to APC. The provision clearly says that provided that his membership of the provided that his membership of the later political party is not as a result of division. Kofi, take note of division.
Yes, so the question now and the argument as it's been since last year was there a division in the PDP?
Yes, there was a division. We wrote letter to the PDP national leadership referring to 3 major cases that were in court. 1 in Abuja, 1 in Lagos, and 1 in Enugu. All of them as regards to the leadership of the then PDP national body. And all efforts in which trying to reach the national secretary or the chairman of the party was proven abortive. So, Kofi, at this point, we have no option than to go to where there is peace. And that is why we defected to the All Progressive Congress.
Okay, so you are saying that there was a division and you fulfilled the requirements of section 109 sub 1G of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999 as amended. I want to turn to Precious Elekima.
Yes.
Chief Elekima, what are your thoughts on this? What Honorable Lola said. In light of the emergence of a new speaker, Victor Oko-Jumbo, who represents Bonny State constituency as a speaker of 3, House of Assembly of 3 members.
27 members resigned. So the seats are vacant. So if the seats are vacant, there is quorum. They should be able to blame their master. He has misled them. And so all these stories of we are going to court or we've gone to anywhere, those things don't count right at this stage. They fell into a trap. The trap they are falling into is so that they cannot come out of it. So they will be going to court until maybe the tenure will be over. But right now, they have only 3 valid members. 1 resigned, 1 died. So there are 3 valid members. It doesn't matter whether there are only 1 person. Only 1 person. If they know that they want to go back quickly, let the Independent Electoral Commission quickly run election, they get nomination and go and recontest. All these things we are talking is just waste of time. They are not there, they are not there. The man said you cannot put something on nothing. So since they are nothing, how can they be something on the seat? It's not possible.
So you agree that
master misled them.
So you agree that Chief Elekima, that with Oko-Jumbo, who said that all the actions of the Martin Amewule-led House of Assembly are null and void.
They were acting Nollywood. I don't know what assembly when they are not assembly members. The instrument that gave to them, they lost it. They resigned. They elected to resign. So, as far as I'm concerned, we all have made mistakes in our lives. You know, the most difficult mistake is to recall yesterday. If you ask them in their mind now, they are regretting that they took that action. So, they should be able to endure, have patience, persevere, and use it as a lesson. Let this be a lesson that when your master is calling you to take some actions, be able to look well to the cause that you have chosen. So I will advise my younger brothers and younger friends that where they are now, they are between the deep blue sea and the ocean. Let them retreat. Let them make peace. Let our friend, the leader, let him make peace with everybody. Let us see how there can be quick election. Some of them that will go back. Things to work out well.
Do you regret your decamping from the PDP to the APC? Do you regret it?
I have no regret whatsoever. And Kofi, let me address my elder brother, Precious Elekima. I know he is aggrieved of losing his governorship ticket as at then when he contested with Wike. And that should not be the grounds on which you express your grievances against your own younger brother. I am your younger brother, and I have not made any mistake. I have told you we have a letter written to the PDP National Secretariat citing on 3 cases that were in court as at then when we decamped from the PDP to the APC. Till tomorrow, I have no regrets. There is no court that has announced or has pronounced us as illegal or non-legitimate members. It is only the governor who has seen himself as the almighty and the God and the judge of all the courts that is declaring us non-existence. And to that, my elder brother, I will advise you once more to retrace your step and make peace with your friend, Wike. He is still your friend. Wike did not send us to decamp. He has rightly said it in national television. We did it based on the fact that even the PDP state chapter of the PDP cannot even settle the matter that was happening between us. And at that point, we have no choice than to decamp to
okay,
APC.
Well, we'll come back to you in a jiffy. I'll come back to you because I have some questions for you. But I also will come, when we come back from this break, to Kudus Alalafia, because Kudus, Governor Fubara has been in correspondence with the River State House of Assembly. Even when they send bills to him, he replies and sends it back to them. They've been invited for events and all that. He addresses Amewule as speaker. So we'll come back from the break. I'll ask you if this renders legitimacy to them, going against what he said yesterday. For those of you at home, stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Let's move straight to Kudus Alalafia, lawyer in the building. Kudus, what's your answer to the question I asked before we went on the break? The governor has written, a number of times to the House of Assembly, and we've seen, some evidence, pictures of the letters he sent to them, correspondence, let me call it that, where he addressed the River State House of Assembly. So does this go against what he says? Of course, it does go against what he said yesterday, that the House of Assembly is non-existent, but does this render some legitimacy to them?
All right, thank you very much. Let me quickly say that the relationship between the 3 arms of government is a question of law, not a question of morality. So whether the governor at the point has related with the members of the House of Assembly or not does not legitimate or illegitimate the members of the validity of the membership of the members of the House of Assembly. It is a question of law. And
so by law, are they legitimate?
Whatever the position of law takes will then determine whether the governor has acted wrongly or rightly. But see, there are several legal issues in Rivers as I speak. One, the first legal issue is that section 109 subsection 1 paragraph G that you made mention and the honorable member responded to, which talks, the provision which the honorable member is talking about, which talks about provided there is a division. There are jurisprudential analysis that the division we are talking about is not at ward level. It is not at state level. It must be that division which affects the entirety of the party, not just a part. That's one. That's the first legal issue. The second legal issue is the provision of section 109, subsection 2. Now, subsection 2 empowers the Speaker of the House to declare a seat vacant, provided if there is a satisfactory evidence to show, to prove that any of the grounds listed under subsection 1A down to G has happened to any member. Now, in this instance, the two factions are not agreeing. As a matter of fact, even if you are going to say they all agree, the people, they are, should I say, the anti-Fubara, they are in the majority. The pro-Fubara, they are even a minority. So for me as a legal practitioner, the best authority to make a declaration of who is right and who is wrong is the court. And in the absence of a court order declaring any of the faction illegal, as I speak, by my own analysis of law, so far they are not all agreed, they all belong to that house. So that is the second issue. The third issue is the issue of the majority of the house who are not in line with the governor. At least I have seen about 3 bills that the honorable member vetoed the power of the governor to give assets. To the best of my knowledge, it is not in the best interest of the state where we have the two organs of government against each other.
All right.
It is in the best interest. Thank
Interesting.
You.
I want to give a final take. Thank you very much to Honorable Lolo Opoende, then to Chief Elekima. Honorable, in 1 minute, how can this whole situation be resolved?
Well, to me, Kofi Battles, I think the governor should respect the rule of law, which he has sworn the oath to protect. 2, he should lessen his ego. Kofi, let me tell you, from the beginning of this crisis, going to the presidency to resolve the 8-point agenda, to come up with the 8-point agenda and say, 2 of you should go back and settle in the state. Kofi, did you know that the governor has never lessened his ego to say, let me call the Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly and instruct him that there will be a time for us to meet.
Okay, thank you, Honorable, because of time. Let me give the floor to Chief Elekima for his final word. Chief?
You said the governor, I heard you say the governor wrote to them. Then I heard you also said the governor refused to correspond with them. It does not take their letters, doesn't do anything, which means that the governor in actions have said this would not exist. So you cannot say that the governor wrote to them.
Chief, how can this issue be resolved to move River State forward? Very quickly, sir.
Look, the issue the way the issue can be resolved, yesterday I've said it, I'm saying it today. Let we, the elders, sit down together. And then when we sit together with Wike and all of us sit together, we'll be able to find a way out of this thing.
Okay. All right, Chief. I'm sure that will not be too hard. You're in Abuja. You're not far from where Wike is, so maybe that can be arranged. Chief, I'm so sorry. We're out of time. We have to go. And of course, I want to thank Kudos Alalafia, Honorable Lolo Opwende, Isaiah Opwende, and also to thank Chief Precious Lekima. Gentlemen, it's been a very enthralling conversation. Thank you for your time tonight. And that's the size of our package right here on Politics HQ. My name is Kofi Bartels. We return tomorrow with more conversations on the latest and hottest in Nigerian politics. Good night.